Hello and welcome to Universal Love Law. Today I'm going to make this video, which is our void attachment theory, and our focus or our theme will be on excitement, okay? So can you believe that people have voids based on the excitement and thrills that they may be lacking in life? So this is especially true when you look at a person's astrology chart. If you see a lot of energetic signatures that are very high energy or very social signs, forming and creating these positive aspects, a lot of people just in general, like if we were to just take that out, but it does show in your chart, but a lot of people in general seek excitement and they seek a thrill. And when they don't have that, they feel very empty inside. Now, the other voids that I discussed were some that I could relate to. But the void of a thrill and excitement is not something that I personally have, but it is something that I've personally been a willing participant in another person's life. So first let's talk about it, and then I'll share a person that I personally had this kind of experience with. So to have a void of a thrill or excitement is a thrill seeker, someone who desires to live in the moment and have very fun experiences that are usually very spontaneous or that are rooted in some type of unknowingness, like where will this lead me? And so there's these people desire fun experiences because they lack the being alone and being by themselves and being in a calm place. It can drive them crazy. It can drive them into a very dark, spiraling place. And we know a lot of people like this that cannot be alone and they always seek a thrill, especially people that are in the industry. I don't know a lot of industry people, but I know a lot of partiers that need to have fun and do not like to be alone and sit by themselves. And so people that always need to live in the nightlife, people that always like have so much that they're doing, like always busy on the weekend, like these people that have large friend circles are always active, always busy, always seeking new thrills. There is a void deeply rooted within them, and it's linked to a fear of being alone, and a lot of their identity is shaped and molded in the persona created in these relationships that they form with people that give them these thrilling experiences. And so I had a few friends like this, and I mentioned astrology earlier, and I'm sorry to say this, but people that have a lot of air in their chart, particularly Gemini and Aquarian energy and Libra, but a lot of air, even fire dominated signs. Oh man, I've seen some very wild, reckless people, and the void can be created by many traumas, right? That people seek out others and want to experience fun and excitement in order to run away and hide from that internal being that truly exists, that true, genuine person that really exists within. Sorry, my phone fell. So it really depends on the person, right? The experiences that they had growing up. A lot of times children, like me, comparing myself to another person who's a thrill seeker, my sibling, I never like really desired to experience a lot of thrilling experiences just because it didn't bring me a lot of excitement. And other things brought me excitement, but I don't have strong desires to be around people often. But I have a sibling that I grew up with, one that I was taking out the home with. Oh my, why does this keep falling? Sorry guys. I was taken out of the home with. I'm definitely gonna need to get a stand. But me and my sibling, we were taken out of the home together, and she's a very thrill seeking person. Like when we were very, very young, she always met a friend that anywhere we went, we could go to Manteca water slides and she met a friend, or we could go to the indoor jacuzzi or pool at Disneyland, she meets a friend. Like anywhere we go, even at home, she always met people around the neighborhood, and she was always getting into these fun, well, what they would call fun. I didn't really desire that fun. It wasn't fun to me to be walking aimlessly for hours, or just do like I had a lot of like self-care. Like, I don't know, I'm a little Cancer moon. Sometimes I just want to be alone and just I don't. But every single day, like she would run away from being alone. Like, she did not like being alone. So I definitely know a lot of people that have this need for excitement and need for fun. And honestly, I think these souls were born with this, because I literally observed my sister from day one. Like, she's 3 years older than me, but she's always been this way. And a lot of people that have that similar energy signature, it is definitely a void that they're trying to fill. And a lot of it is rooted in trauma. I have to admit that. Like, she was abandoned as a child. I was abandoned as a child. And she wanted to enjoy life in a way that was pretty dangerous. So people that have these void attachments that are rooted in seeking excitement and thrills through dangerous, new, taboo, strange experiences, and they need to do this because sitting alone or being by themselves is just, it's like being in jail. It's like a life sentence, you know. So yeah. And yeah, I that was a personal person that I knew that had this void attachment to people, and it literally was strangers and new people in different backgrounds and different cultures. Like, anyone that is different and new and exciting will feel this void within them. I also had a friend. She was the Capricorn I was talking about, but she had a very deep spiritual side to her. So she really connected with me, but she also had that excitement, thrill seeking void attachment. So she wanted to kind of pull me into her life. And she, like, I did, you know how you know a person based on a certain level and the way you guys interact? Maybe it's work, maybe it's a hobby, maybe it's whatever, and then they want to pull you out of the way you met, and then you get a peek into their life and see how wild they are. You're like, what? And it's like bringing me into the layer of her life. It was exciting because I was new, I was different race. Like, I always take to other races of people. Like, I don't know what it is, Latino, Filipino, Asian, like Asian, Filipino, but my kids are black and Asian. I mean, black and Filipino. But yeah, like, I don't know. I'm so diverse. Like, so yeah, she was a very exciting 3-year sleeping person, and the party never ended with her. And the moment that I got that, like, I went out with her. So I'm in the Bay Area right at this time, and we decided to hang out after work. We were just connected at work, and we bonded through spirituality because I was teaching her a lot. She was like, wow, you are so into this. Do you know about scribe beetles? And like, she really took to these different, the knowledge that I had, and I was very aware of what she was sharing with me. And I found her very interesting and intriguing. Like, she's a very interesting individual. But you know, one thing led to another, and she wanted to like drain me energetically by attaching to me and bringing me into this lifestyle where she had a lot of issues with the law and a lot of financial issues with her parents due to her thrill seeking a void within her. And so another thing is with my old friend from the Bay Area, she was a known like loose girl. And a lot of people from city to city, like everywhere I would move, like, because the Bay Area is like, I don't know how to explain it, but cities are very close to one another. So it's Oakland and Berkeley's right here, Richmond's right there. So you move through the city, you could walk. I used to walk through 3 cities. Like it'll take like on San Pablo, like I would walk. It would take me probably like an hour and damn near 2 hours sometimes if I lost my bus pass and I can't sneak on the BART or something. I would just walk. And so oh my God, my life is such a movie. I was doing this at 11 years old, but she was very known throughout the cities and stuff, right? And so she had a bad reputation. By the time I stepped in, I didn't know her, but a lot of people knew her. Now, if I would have had the wisdom to ask about her, maybe people would have shared, like, stay away from her. But she was very thrill seeking. And it was dangerous because I observed how she would seek these adventurous opportunities, and I had more boundaries, and like I just didn't feel comfortable going anywhere and staying out super late and sleeping on this person's couch, and oh my God, they're having a encounter in the room, and I'm like, I did not like those things, but she lived for it. And any new pretty girl that she could attach to, it was like her muse. Like she needed to be connected to new people to experience. She wanted to know about my whole life. She wanted to know my whole family. It's like she wanted to bounce off of people like a kangaroo, just hopping from person to person to get these thrills, to get these experiences. And it's very vampiric. It's very vampiric. I people with these kind of void attachments are really not compatible with me. And I've been called stuck up, bougie, a lot of things by people that have this void attachment because I don't seek a thrill in new experiences. I allow things to happen naturally, but I like to play things very safe. It doesn't make me a good or bad person. It just makes me who I am. And so people that have these void attachments, I would say it's important to know why, what is the root, and one day you will have to face being alone. This is where we see like people that are real old in the bars all alone. Like they still need that like thrill or that excitement, but it died down. And now you're left with all of these memories to reflect on, and you create a world of problems and trauma because of all of these experiences that you've had, and now you have to process them because it's like a word I held, the aftershock. I heard that word today. So I was talking about processes in my last void attachment. And void attachments, there's the shock, which is like the earthquake, and then there's the aftershock. And so in a process of any connection you have with a person, whether it's long-lived or short-lived, there is the shock of the trauma and the experience that you had. And then once the separation takes place and the grieving, the stages of grief kick in, then you're left with the aftershocks of those experiences. And grief works in, this is something I'm also learning, but grief works in waves. So you can go from acceptance to anger to guilt, right? All of these different stages of grief that you can experience. that doesn't have a step by step. It's just waves. You might be in one place one day and another place another day. And this is what you take on when you seek thrills, when you seek excitement and new people, new places, new things. Because of that void that you have within, which is rooted in fear. The fear was developed in childhood. Maybe I know that with my sister, she had the energetic alignment to impact a lot of people if she was raised in a very nurturing, supportive home. But because she was raised in a broken home, it created her to become the type of person who needed the attention through the exciting experiences. But if she were to have gotten that, it probably would have been channeled in a more healthier way. So remember, there's light and dark to all voids, all attachment styles that we have. And we're going to talk more about it once we get all of the different themes out of the way. But this void attachment theory was on the topic of excitement, thrill seeking. And let me know what you think about this video in the comments below. Have you been a participant of someone who had this void where you were fulfilling a need within them to experience newness, and maybe they took that energy from you, or maybe they had you in a situation that was kind of a little dangerous, or you were in a place you weren't supposed to be, or maybe you were supposed to be there but you realized you were not that kind of person? Or were you the person that has had or still have that thrill seeking energy signature and really don't like to be alone because of the fear that is deeply rooted in solitude and maybe rooted from abandonment? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for listening to this video. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are.